videoing it? Evan? Okay.
First thing I do generally, and you ought to do every time, is just generally take a look at it, make sure nothing's fallen off. Obviously, you're going to check the tires. And by the way, ideally in the winter when there's long storage, if you can jack it up and get pressure off those tires, it's a good thing. They will still leak, but it's better than developing a flat spot or other problems. So just a general walk around, take a look, everything looks secure. Mirrors are hanging on. Okay. Looks pretty good. Yeah, basically ready to drive a little bit. And this is, of course, just for short-term stuff. Next thing, and I can't stress this strongly enough, we're going to start fooling around with the engine in a little bit. You have to make sure this brake is on. Model Ts look cute, they're kind of funny, they're cartoony. This thing will kill you. It's a car and it's strong enough to run you over and drag you into the next county, so always keep that in mind. Okay, so we got her locked. Next thing is going to be to check fluids. Now, we did check gas last week. You know where gas is, right? Mm-hmm. Under here. And then there's the gas gauge down there.
The stick.
See the stick?
Uh-huh.
Take off the cap, drop it down there. It'll tell you whether you got gas. Put that back in there, please. Okay, let's do fluids. She's a leaker. Don't want to hit the hood. So I know she's going to need antifreeze, Todd.
Yeah, there's a little in the pan.
There's one of the projects you might consider is somewhere I have new hoses and clamps for this thing.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And you know, if you want to, put new ones on, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Do we bring a flashlight?
Yes, sir.
This, by the way, it doesn't work, but it's called a motometer. Mm-hmm. And obviously, this tells you if you're starting to overheat.
Yeah.
What do you see down there?
Just a little shimmer down pretty far.
Let me see. Yeah, all right, Todd. Go ahead, give her some.
Try not to get it in that tube.
No, that's the overflow tube. So yeah, avoid the tube. Probably at some point it might not be a bad idea because it hasn't been done in my history of the car is change the antifreeze. If you do the hoses, drain everything, and put nice fresh stuff in. Let me take a look. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. And what I'm looking at, okay, is I can't see the top of the tubes, the fins. Okay, look down, look through that hole. You'll see fluid, right?
Yep.
Give it a little bit more. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Uncap back on. These are very fine threads, so you want to be careful doing that. Don't cross them. Turns pretty easy. We'll get to a point. Don't over tighten it. Just bring it right. That's it. Done. See that? All right. Next is oil. Here you go. Go in the back of the Model T. There should be an oil stick. There it is. Todd, when you get a chance, I got a project for you. This damn thing. See the handle? Mm-hmm. Get some epoxy in there and freeze it up. All right, but one of you guys ought to do that. I'll show you. Throw a pad down there. Model Ts do not have oil gauges. You have two petcocks, a lower and an upper, of course.
Start with the upper?
Open the upper, turn it from 6 o'clock to quarter to 3. No. See, no, Todd. Whoa. That's just to unplug it if need be. It's like that. See the slot? Put the slot over the petcock.
Now I see the slot.
Got it?
Turn it to where?
Turn it counterclockwise. Get it right in the middle, Todd. Now, hop out. I'm going to do it. You watch me. Get over here. All right, see the slot? See the petcock? Mm-hmm. Right in the middle. See where I am?
Oh, okay.
See it
turn
move?
it left or right?
Yeah, now I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. Oil. Yeah. She's good. If you don't see oil coming out of there, obviously it's down a little bit. But then if you turn the lower petcock and you still get a couple of drops, you're probably all right. So right now she's good, and this car, as far as I know, does not burn a lot of oil. But that's a very important check. We know we're good because some oil came out. And if you ever turn the, where are you?
Right here.
If you ever turn the petcock and you don't see anything coming out, that's what that little prong is for, just in case it's clogged. You stick that in there and give it a couple of rattles, and then see if you got oil. Okay. So we got coolant, we got oil, so we're good with this. Remember that one, that's going to get fixed. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, if it's been sitting for a while, is we want to turn it over just to get some oil up in the cylinders. And why don't you guys start learning how to crank? Two things about cranking. Don't do this. Don't lean on this fender and crank, because eventually the fender is going to wind up on the tire. You can hold the brace, lean against the tire. And what you do is you engage, you feel it hit. Just give it a couple turns, 4 or 5 turns. You want to lift, not push down, Todd. Never push down.
Start all the way at the bottom.
Good, go all the way down. All the way down. See if you can catch it there. That's it. Another thing, and I never mastered the art, but they tell you when you crank a Model T, that's good, Todd. It's good enough. When you crank a Model T, everybody has a tendency to do this. That's actually not the way to do it for a very good reason. You want to keep your thumb out of there, because if it ever kicks and kicks back on you, it'll break your thumb. I have never, in all my experience with Model Ts, done that. I always hold it that way. Because generally all you're doing is, as he said, there's going to be one, snap it. Snap it. Okay? And that one little pull, you won't get a kickback. Okay, so we've lubricated cylinders. Next, big pain in the ass. Who wants to do this?
Show me.
All right, get a pan and get under there. You're going to be on your back. There we go. All right, look for the gas tank right here. This petcock here is now pointing at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's off.
It's got to point to 3. Don't touch that. Don't touch any of that. It's just that one. Sometimes you can do it with your hands. Sometimes you got to get a pair of pliers up there. Okay, but let's turn that to 3 o'clock. If you can reach it, Todd. To 3. I think probably the other way.
12, 1, 2, 3. No, that's not.
No, this the other way. Will it go? If not, we got to get pliers. That's it. Go ahead. 3 o'clock. All the way to 3. That's it. That's good. Now, while I'm under here, when the car is off and it's cooled for a while, I emphasize cooled for a while. You go back and turn it to 12.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah,
that tends to get hot.
I know. That's hot.
Okay? But that's it. Now we've got gas flowing to the carburetor. Yep.
Roll on this one as well.
Okay. Good. All right, now. No, because I'm starting. Okay, next thing. We need coils. Hence, we need a battery.
We got a rush.
We always keep it the positive disconnected. That's negative. This is positive. Did you bring distilled by any chance?
Yep.
Let's take a look.
Man, we have to put electrolyte in this battery?
Oh, we're just using distilled water for the time being, Ev.
Yeah, but still, you don't see an electrolyte battery around very often.
No, and this one is getting tired. You're going to have to get another one eventually. Where's the flashlight?
Is it a standard 12-volt battery?
What's that?
Is it a 12-volt battery?
That's a 6-volt battery. Don't ever put a
6-volt.
12. All right, Todd, if you look down, you'll see the cells, and they're kind of visible. We just want to get water over them.
Over the top.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's Good view.
Try to do this without getting it wet.
Air compressor.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Did we bring a funnel or something?
No. Pour some of it out.
Pop up and bring a funnel?
No, you kind of got to free pour it if you can. Do the best you can. Just dribble a little bit in there, Todd, so we can cover them a little bit. Just so they're covered, Todd, not to drown them. Okay, put the caps back on.
I think it needs a little more.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
If you got a little bit in each one, it's enough.
I didn't get any in this one. It's hard to turn the bottom.
Now, why don't you stay here? Why aren't you looking?
Well, Evan's
You
recording.
can also check the horn. Wait a minute, you ready? Everybody get ready. That's it.
What?
Throw
Yeah.
it away in the back. Oh, never mind, guys. I'm sorry, Lynn. I brought it.
Oh, Dad has it. Never mind. He has it.
What pressure are the tires supposed to be at?
Positive hooked up, Todd?
What's that?
Positive. No, it's not hooked up.
You want to dry that first a little bit?
Nah,
That'll evaporate. Doesn't matter.
All right, get the positive on. And let's see if we have coils by any chance. Perfect. The electrical system in a Model T is twofold. A are coils that are activated by that battery. Once you get the car running, you switch it from coils, which I just had it on, to magneto. And the flywheel in this thing has magnets that generate electricity, and it'll run on that all day. You don't want to run it on coils too long, although they draw very little juice anyhow. So we're set there. By the way, when you're all done, disconnect positive, and you're going to need a trickle charger. Okay, so now we're basically set for the start. Let's start pumping up tires here.
What pressure should the tires be at?
I think about 45 pounds would be safe for what we're doing. And she's showing about 20. I'm only going to do the one. We'll get to the rest later. What the hell? Came loose. When the needle gets to about 47, that's enough. We're pretty close to 50. All right, now the next step in the process, Evan, if you're still recording,
Yep.
is especially when it hasn't been run for a long time, we have to choke it. Now, if you have two people, choking is very easy because there's a choke rod right here. And somebody pulls up on that while somebody cranks, and that gets gas up into the cylinders. If it's just one of you, I'd like to see this system improved. Is this wire here? Okay, let's just. I don't like the system I have here, but it works. By the way, this is the oil filler. If you have to put oil in, easy enough, right? Okay, I would unwrap that, and then I could hold it here, and as I crank, choke it. It's a shitty system. Ideally, I'd like to see a nice copper wire or rod that maybe runs through the radiator or underneath, something that's a little more. I mean, this is really barbaric. Okay, so all we're going to do now is prime it. We've got power off, correct? Before I crank once more, brake is on.
Power's off. Positive's connected.
Positive connected, right. So we're going to prime it. Evan, pull the choke rod. Or Lynn, anybody. Ready? Here's Todd. Go ahead. Crank. Just the left. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you holding the choke out?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, sometimes that's good. Sometimes you'll see gas running and you'll know that it's choked, but we can play with that some more. All right, next step, Evan. Modern cars do this automatically, but a Model T Ford, to start it, you have to delay the time that it takes the electrical charge to get to the spark plug, so you retard the spark. That's the left lever all the way up.
All the way up for starting.
All the way up to start. The right lever, this is the gas. This controls how fast you're going to go. You take it down about 2 or 3 things, just enough so that it's got a fast idle. Ready? Now we turn on coils. Todd, lift. It's the fast snap, remember. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, hold it. Crank it.
That belt
Gotta get some gas. Okay, hold it. Ready? By the way, sometimes these things will start when you just turn the coils on, so you be mindful of that. All right, good, lift. Come on, bitch. Wait. Now.
Joe, you want to record? Switch out?
Yep.
You want Evan to do it? And
Let the big boy do it.
All right, Ed.
Switch out a bit.
here, Evan.
Record.
Well, we're gonna choke it. Yeah. Just choke. Don't be bad. Just push it in. Just a strong leg. That's it. Now, Evan. Stop. First of all, you never wind up with the crank there. All right. I got it right there. Just like that.
Not past 2 o'clock.
Not past 12. All right, go ahead. Come on, baby.
Better than 4 nails. Uh-oh.
No, just choke it. Because I'm not.
Starting fluid? No, I did not.
Smell like gas?
Yeah.
Rolling and running good though?
You want us to get started?
Go ahead, Evan.
Oh.
Okay. Now, when she starts doing that, that means that she's getting ready. And when she starts, the lever for spark that we retarded, we want to pull it down. Okay?
Let somebody else do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You're gonna pull it down to about there. Okay? All right, then maybe she'll go for you. Go ahead. Pull down. Pull down. Gotta clean up. Switch it to mag, all the way over. Magneto, turn the key over. And that's the piece I left out. Time. You see that gizmo down there, just above the oil cap? That's the timer. I told him to get an eyedropper. I took an eyedropper with I didn't do it, I should have. Marble mystery oil. And you see a little hole in the, where's that flashlight? It used to have a little cap on it. Watch that fan. See with the spring hanging out? Yep. And with the eyedropper, you put in 3 or 4 drops of Marble Mystery Oil. There's a little rotor in there that needs lubrication. And you can see that there are lubrication points all over this engine. So that's why you got the start. Even the crank has got a spot. Okay. Yes, he does. Once you get it going, it's going. Everybody in?
Yep.
Now, Model Ts have a planetary transmission. It's a form of automatic transmission, and it's a little complicated to get used to, but once you do, you'll never forget. The left pedal, when you push it to the floor, is low gear, okay? If you release the pedal, when the thing is in neutral, nothing happens. When this is all the way forward, it's ready to receive high gear. Now watch. The way I do this is I put my foot on the pedal, and I'm going to go all the way into high gear, keeping my foot on the pedal. You can see it creep already. It's a little bit of high gear. Now I'm ready to go, so I give a little gas and step. And then if I want to shift, I go like this. I'm in high gear. Brake is this pedal. Don't rely on Model T brakes too much. Now in reverse, the easiest thing to do is to bring it back to neutral. Take your foot off the low gear pedal very carefully, and then the middle pedal is reverse. Give it a little gas.
Crunchy.
My fingers are always on the gas. It's like the foot. I'll put it back in high gear. I'm just going to use low gear here. I'm just using low gear, but if I take my foot off the gas, it'll automatically jump into high gear. I'm leaving the spark alone now, basically. Not touching it. See where I have it at? It's probably about right for cruising. Right about there.
All right.
Now I'm coming to a stop, so I'm taking my foot, my left foot halfway off, so I kind of get neutral. If there's any doubt, you've got to sit for a long time. Don't be afraid to pull the handle back. Now to go, hit it gas. Now I'm going to shift it. Watch what I do. Watch my feet. Gas up. We're in high gear. Yay! A comfortable speed for a Model T Ford is, I'm going to guess, I wish I should have asked Bubba, but I'm guessing we're doing 30. You got your cell phone? Call Bubba. Oh, she doesn't have a phone. Never mind. And when you're driving a Model T, you're always looking in the rear view mirror for backed up traffic.
Yep.
And if you can, you give them room to pass. Okay.
So right now you got nothing going on with your feet. It's all your
No.
right hand.
It's all my right hand controlling gas.
Right.
Now, if we came to a hill where this engine was really starting to labor,
Yeah.
I'd retard the spark a little bit. Never all the way up.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. You want the delivery of the spark
Yeah.
to the cylinder to be delayed a little bit. That's what this does.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going pretty good. I can't emphasize enough. They're cute. They're funny. This will kill you if you're not careful. Some of the railroad tracks, so I'll slow down a little bit. Now I'm going to retard here. See, we're laboring.
Yep.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. That's about right. Now, one other great thing about a Model T Ford, the Model T Ford individual braking system is pretty crummy.
What?
Pretty crummy.
Yeah.
But if you ever have an emergency where you have to stop this thing in a hurry,
You hit all pedals?
all 3 pedals,
I remember Papa said.
and it'll lock the wheels up.
That's what Papa said. I remember that.
It's nice not to do that, by the way.
That's
Now
like
look,
an
the what?
emergency.
No. Okay, once you get the thing down, you're ready to shut it down. First of all, as I told Todd, let it cool, because you got to get underneath and turn the gas petcock off. Other things that you're going to do is disconnect the positive on the battery, right? Turn the petcock off to the gas tank, and you might as well turn it off to the carburetor too, so that you're consistent in what you have to do, okay? Todd, remember today when you get the eyedropper, do put a couple of drops in the timer, and maybe crank it a little bit. Also on shutdown, what else? That's really it.
Looks good.
Yeah, she looks good. You want to push it forward a little bit more?
Yeah.
You all right there? Yeah, because you put it on the front.
Todd's friend, the contractor, was
And very delicately reach down, and if you can touch grease, you're okay.
Okay.
If you can't, you're not. And you would use, where's high point?
Everything you gave is in there.
Here it is.
Transmission.
Rear axle. Yeah, right.
it.
This is it.
And you would just...
It's 600 weight. That'll tell you something.
Yeah, and how do you add that?
You tell me. Probably with a very small funnel.
But in that same...
Same hole.
Same hole.
Same hole, yeah. It's really a lot of fun to learn what these things are all about. I mean, they're so complicated because they're primitive.
It's
there's
mechanical.
There's a grease cup.
Yep.
And we should have grease for that. Let me see what I gave you.
Yes, you think you have grease in there somewhere. There's a tube.
No, not a tube.
Not a tube.
Wheel bearing grease.
Wheel bearing grease, okay.
That would go in those.
Yeah, that fits packed.
The tube, I think, is a water pump. Lithium. No. Water pump grease. Yep, sure enough, labeled. And for the water pump, put the hood down on that side, man.
What's that?
Put the hood down. Carefully, just lift it up and lower it.
Yeah, but that's not going to be the solution.
You can get a little oil on these two in there.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. Here you go, Todd. Staring right at you. Two fittings.
Okay.
Okay, and these are designed to let you continually lubricate. Let me see. Yeah, it's got the red crap in there, but that's still got grease. So what you do periodically, start it. Okay, give it a turn. Okay, it forces grease in.
Yeah.
Same with this, and you can. Ooh, that's loose. Ooh, that probably needs grease.
You ready?
Oh, boy, yeah, she's dry. Wow. See it? That's no good.
So you would pack grease in there?
Yep. I'm going to get my hands dirty to hell with
Plenty of rags. I guess probably like a tongue depressor or something.
it. Either that or the index finger works
Your
very
finger?
nicely, too.
Okay.
That was always my father's application. Pack it. Here, hold it for me, Tom. That's it. And that should be enough. Eb, you can put that back. Okay, start it. They're fine threads. So I'm gonna play with them a little bit. That's it. You feel contact?
Yeah, don't feel it. Don't want to cross it.
Yeah, don't cross the threads. That's real big. Got it?
Feels like it.
And just, yeah, you can see stuff coming out the bottom. You got it? That's it. And then every once in a while, as part of your general practice here, you give it a little turn and it forces grease down and in. And you say the belt looks lousy, huh?
I found it in one spot where it looked like it was cut.
Okay, yeah.
It's on the seam. It's
Easy
like
enough.
peeling,
We'll have to buy another one. That's all.
delaminating.
Grease there. Tell you, there's a lot of spots.
No, I'm sure.
I gotta wash my hands.